Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA. Ocala.
All right, 5 minutes after 11 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you're doing well. And we just spoke to a singer, songwriter, and veteran who lost the use of his legs as he was actually serving in, I think he said it was Iraq when he got injured. And now he can use his legs again. So that's a miracle right there, if you ask me. And I'm guessing that our next two guests have seen lots and lots of people who've recovered from things that maybe nobody ever believed they would recover from. Dr. Drew Kluger has been with us before. He's a chiropractor with Strive Rehabilitation Services. He's a handsome young man, and he's sitting next to the beautiful Dr. Kristy Paquette, who's also been with us before, and you're also with Strive. So good morning, Doctors Kluger and Paquette. Good morning.
Good morning, Larry. How are you doing?
Good. It's kind of weird to pluralize the title, isn't it? Doctors. Yeah. Are you married to a doctor?
I am not.
No? Are you married to a doctor by chance?
Nope.
No. See, my brother is a doctor, and he's married to a doctor. So they get mail addressed to doctors, Mr. and Mrs. It was like doctors, Mr. and Mrs. It's kind of crazy, isn't it? Well, thank you for coming in today.
Thank you for having us.
So, something like rehabilitative therapy for somebody who's actually lost the use of their legs.
Amazing.
Is it ever with the mindset that they're going to regain the use of their legs, or is that usually not the direction you go?
Oh, no.
Or do you not know?
Well, you never know for sure, because the mind and body are a strange and wonderful place. But we're always looking to the future when we're working with a patient. Even if they don't have voluntary movement of their limbs, we are passively moving them to keep them, flexible and make sure that they don't get stuck in one particular position. And
isn't that interesting?
Challenging the brain.
Does that help them, the legs or the arms or whatever it is you're moving, does that help them come back sometimes?
Well, we like to think so.
Sometimes they do? Well, you must have seen it, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And, getting to a point where you're as independent as possible given your circumstances is our goal. If you need to use a wheelchair for the rest of your life, we want you to be independent in getting from where you are to the wheelchair. So those are your legs. That gets you where you need to go.
So I dove right into the deep end of the pool with that first question, didn't I? Doctor, I wanted to ask you a question about what you do as a chiropractor. Do you use some of the things that we call Eastern medicine, like acupuncture, acupressure, things like that?
I don't use acupuncture. In a sense, I do use acupressure, in the idea that you press into certain points of the body and relieve trigger points, relieves muscle spasms,
right.
But not in the protocol or the whole idea of releasing or moving chi and the flow of energy that is involved with.
Well, I guess the thing that I've always wondered about what's the difference between chiropractic, I guess, and like a massage? Does a massage not do the same thing as a chiropractor would do? It's the same hands-on. It's
very hands-on. All of both physical therapy and chiropractic are hands-on, but the idea of a chiropractor is to move bones, and so that's where you have a great relationship with chiropractors and Pete.
Somebody you know?
Yeah. One of my karate instructors.
Oh no!
Oh wow!
Karate. Sorry, doctor. It was just too distracting. I couldn't keep talking.
Should I plug Martial Arts Center of Ocala? Martial Arts Center of Ocala. Yes.
Can she kick? Is she a good kicker? No, you don't know?
Uh-oh.
Let's see if you can turn the light off with your foot.
That one? Yeah.
Yeah, if you can do that one, let's get that on video. We've been looking for a reason to have a viral video.
Yes.
Dr. Kluger, I'm so sorry. We were just so distracted.
No, that's a great great plug for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was. All right, so get back. So you move bones.
Right.
Whereas a massage therapist wouldn't do that.
No, they actually oftentimes find that there are areas of restriction where the bones need to be moved. So they're kind of a great segue.
Oh, really?
Kind of a great referral because they are oftentimes, feeling all parts of the body. And so it just feels like, there's a muscle spasm that may be causing the bone to be moved in the wrong place. And then we correct it with a chiropractic adjustment.
And gosh, I don't even understand how you move a bone. I mean, is it just like a piece of plastic, like in a toy or something, that just line it up again, or?
It's
trying to think of a way to understand this.
It's a sophisticated technique that we go to 4 years to school for.
I know.
He's not going to divulge all his secrets.
Oh, okay. It's like the Geek Squad. They won't show you how to do it, but they'll do it.
They'll do it for you. That's right.
And is that very effective on the discs that are in the back? Can you move the discs themselves and put them back into place?
In a sense, not. There are certain techniques that are used more for the benefits of disc pain, or pain that comes from a disc that's not in the right place. So yeah, it can be very helpful.
Wow.
Typically, are the both of you working on the same patients?
Well, we do have a lot of community. We do have similar patients that come in to see me that also go in to see Kristy. And typically how we treat our patients is we discuss, the physical therapist and the chiropractors discuss the patients and kind of figure out a plan for them, whether it's needed that they need an adjustment or they need exercise.
And so specifically, you do the like, what do you call occupational therapy? Is that what you do?
No, I do physical therapy.
Physical. Now,
therapy.
I know you explained this once before, but what is the difference?
Well, occupational therapy, at least in the hospital setting, is concerned with self-care. So, helping patients get back to functional self-care, getting dressed, standing at the sink, balancing, washing, those kind of things. Okay. In the outpatient setting, it's more fine motor skills, so using your fingers and hands.
Okay.
Physical therapy, we're just more kind of overall gross.
Overall gross.
Looking overall gross.
Beautiful.
Yeah, movement functionality. If someone comes in with frozen shoulder, then we might work on getting range of motion of their shoulder back.
Oh, wow.
Strengthening those muscles.
Wow.
Looking at adjunct muscles that we can strengthen to prevent future injuries. So again, looking down the road to the future and how.
Do you know what happened?
More.
I was in a car accident just a long time ago, and after the accident, I had a chiropractor actually that worked with me, and then even after that, I still had. Like, I don't like to depend on the mirror when I'm driving. I like to actually look to make sure there's nobody in my blind spot. And I remember that being really hard to do. And but it went away. So I mean, does time heal all things like that? I mean, but that was after my chiropractor visits. I'm sure he helped a lot during my time. But
there's so many muscles in the body. I mean, there's over 600 muscles in your body, and your neck is incredibly complicated. And in a case like a car accident where you have whiplash, you have a sudden movement.
That's what they said.
Either forward or backward. Your muscles try to save you. When you have a quick movement like that, they just kind of clamp down and try to prevent movement. And what happens is they get stretched or torn. And so it's going to take some time for those.
It takes a long time,
tissue
right?
To heal.
It's like if you hurt your back, and I'm not going. Granted, I hardly ever do, but once in a while, I'll be like when we moved here. We had to move desks and everything over here from the old place. And I remember, like, for a week, I was thinking, gosh, is this ever going to go away? And then eventually it did. So.
Right. Again,
what happened? Is something actually swollen? Is there something bigger than normal in there?
Well, it takes some time for the swelling to go down, and the swelling actually does cause some pain. There's just added pressure in there. The body sends different chemicals to that area, or different cells to that area that causes some pain. And so it's just your body's way of kind of getting back to health.
Why is it that, we have an accident, you can feel it in your neck. Why is it sometimes when you have a cold, you feel it in your neck? Have you ever had that, like a neck ache? Mm-hmm. Like a headache in the lower part of your head?
Well, I think the same processes, that inflammation response, your immune response.
It's the same thing?
It sends those chemicals there, and it's kind of a trigger to your body that there's something wrong. It's like, hey, look here. There's, send more troops to help us fight this infection.
Oh, why is it that when people are very athletic, I mean, they're always training every day, they're running, they're jumping, they're stretching, why do they need a chiropractor?
Well, I mean, I think in my mind, everyone needs a chiropractor. But athletes are pushing their bodies to some extreme areas, and they would be after a day of exercise or a day of sports, they're going to be sore and they're going to be tight in certain areas, and they would need to be stretched out. They would need to just kind of get their body loosened up for the next day of sport. So, I think that there's a benefit to athletes having full ranges of motion, whether they're a tennis player or whether they're a golfer, just having the ability to reach to those limits of your joints. And that's where a chiropractor comes into play. If there are limitations there, that they can make sure that those are improved.
So they'll go to you for preventative measures then, not necessarily that there's something wrong at the moment.
A lot of athletes do, a lot of people do. They go for preventative care, just so that they, if you've got a restriction and then you do something like move some furniture or something like that, it may or, it could be exacerbate that pain that you had because of the initial restriction in that joint.
We are speaking to Dr. Andrew Kluger and Dr. Kristy Paquette, and we'll be right back. They are both from Strive Rehabilitation Services Systems. We say services?
Centers.
And also you work with Ocala Health, right?
Yes, sir.
Right. So we'll take a little break and we'll be right back. The phone calls, if you have a question, we're taking phone calls. So we'll be right back with your calls and our questions after this.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating and no accidents. A very warm day today with intervals of clouds and sun and a high of 83 to 87. Mostly cloudy tonight. There can be a shower, though 60 to 64. Clouds and sunny breaks and much cooler tomorrow with a shower or two around. Highs ranging from the low 60s in the northernmost part of the zone to the mid 70s in the south. And Saturday, more clouds and sun and breezy with a shower possible. Highs in the upper 60s to lower 70s. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Joe Lundberg.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
One of the most common questions those nearing retirement are asking, will I outlive my money? Retirement questions like these and many more will be answered every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement with hosts Francois and Julian Pozenet. Francois and Julian will help you put your retirement puzzle together. Catch Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement Saturdays at 9 a.m. on Ocala's News Talk, The Source 96.3 FM and 1370 AM.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Since selfies are often shot from below, the neck looks either fattier or saggier from that angle. So more people are seeking under the chin or double chin lipo, chin implants, and neck lifts to remove excess skin. Sleep on it. Trying to force a resolution when you're both exhausted can make things worse. So try tart cherry juice if you have any issues with joint pain or inflammation, and you just might sleep better too.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
That was the sound of a tree falling. It could be your tree. You're going to have it trimmed, but never got around to calling Pride Tree Service. It could have fallen in a field, and now all you have to do is call Pride Tree Service, and they'll have it quickly out of the way for a great price. But don't wait until the tree falls. It may not fall in the field. It may hit your car, your house, or worse. So call Pride Tree Service today and avoid all those headaches before they happen. Pride Tree Service, 840-0750. That's 840-0750.
Let's give it up for old asphalt and a new pair of shoes. Let's give it up for a good rhythm meeting a sweet melody. For a church cookout under clear skies. Let's give it up for good things coming together, like bundling your auto and other policies together with an Allstate agent, which can save you time and keep you better protected. Let's give it up for good.
To receive your comparative insurance quote, contact the McDonald Agency at 622-2333.
All right, 20 minutes after 11 o'clock. It's good to have real guests.
I know.
We had a couple of funny ones this one. All right, Dr. Andrew Kluger, Dr. Kristy Paquette, and they just told us there's a women's wellness event happening on March 20th from 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. at the Six Gun Plaza. I wonder what other people think of that name. I love that name.
Yeah.
Because do either of you remember Six Gun Territory?
I don't remember, but I was told about it.
Yeah, I was told about it.
Robin used to work there.
Yeah, it was fun.
Did you wear an Annie Oakley outfit with a...
No. I was in marketing, so we didn't get on the stage.
Everybody thinks if she could have been a can-can girl. She could have been.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Talk about flexibility. Yeah.
So exactly. Tell me about the event. What can we see there? What will women see there?
Well, it's going to be a gathering of a number of people. Physical therapy, chiropractic.
Oh, it's all about you.
It's at All About You Boutique.
Okay, we know that place.
Who specializes in mastectomy and lymphedema.
In fact, I bought my mom some stuff there.
Awesome.
I bought her like jewelry, stuff like that, because I didn't want to touch the other stuff.
Yeah.
Well,
you bought me a shirt. Save the Tatas.
Save the Tatas. They are a fabulous group of ladies who treat you like family. You're not a customer, you are family the minute you walk in there. And
yeah, that's super nice.
If you need supplies, if you need someone to cry with, if you need someone to laugh with,
they're wonderful.
That's what they're for. So,
have you ever worn a Save the Tatas shirt, by the way?
Do I want to save?
Have you ever worn a Save the Tatas shirt?
No.
Let me tell you what happens when a woman wears a Save the Tatas shirt. Because Robin had one.
Sounds like a good story.
I still have it.
It was a really attractive
It's
shirt.
sporty.
It's really
sporty.
attractive black shirt with the Save the Tatas in glitter, okay?
Can't wear it here.
So she goes to the cashier, and if the cashier is a woman, she goes, I love that shirt. If the cashier is a guy, he's like, okay. He's looking everywhere except,
don't look at the boobs.
At the slogan.
Don't look at the boobs.
Are you seeing boobs?
That's right.
Right? That's what we've trained guys to do. Don't look. I'm looking at your eyes.
And they have, was it a shirt or was it underwear that said "Save the Gonads"? I am not
Yeah,
kidding.
underwear.
At the old, ask them about it. They have them. Yeah.
What time does your event start?
It starts at 10. It's going to go to 2.
Uh-huh.
And it's going to be at the boutique and in the sidewalk out in front.
Oh, that's a wonderful thing. That we did a remote broadcast there.
You did?
Yeah.
In fact,
a couple of years ago.
Joe wore a big pink bra.
Yes, he did.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
Sure did.
Does he still have it? Do you think he'll?
I think he
likes it. I think he wears it every night.
But yeah, there's going to be great people there, lots of information, some free giveaways, and even some food.
What kind of questions will women ask when they go there?
Well, we're going to have people who specialize in, lymphedema massage. We're going to have the plastic surgery group is going to be there to answer questions about, if you need mastectomy reconstruction or, all kinds of options. Heart of Florida, advanced imaging. So if you have questions about mammograms, how to fund a mammogram, bring your questions.
Is it too far-fetched of a question to ask about cancer? I mean, is there a way actually to have a lifestyle that would absolutely guarantee you, maybe 95%, that you wouldn't get it, like the food you eat, the cigarettes you stay away from, that kind of thing? No, we don't know enough about it, right?
Yeah, cancer.
There's always that weird. There's always that weird story. You always hear them of somebody who drank and smoked and they lived to 110. And then the ones who lived like Linda McCartney, who never ate meat and was real clean living and
absolutely
died early of I think she had breast cancer, didn't she?
Yes, she did.
Something.
Yeah. Yes, she did.
But nutrition. Most chiropractors are nutritional experts as well, right?
Yes, we're well versed in that. Yeah, I mean, another partner that will be there is a Better You Healthcare, which is an acupuncturist, and they also do Eastern.
Oh, that's Erica.
Erica Olsten, and they do a lot of Eastern herbal supplements.
Yeah.
So
she came in here. She did some acupuncture on Missy.
Oh, did she?
On Dance Line.
Yeah. So there's a number of people that'll be there and that have their area that they can be of assistance for ladies who are whether it's cancer or whether it's any other illness.
Do you guys serve as, not maybe in a professional sense, but I'm guessing in your profession you must be offering like therapy with talking? I mean, just because people want to know, and does it include the family a lot? You have a patient? No, not a whole lot?
No, I don't think families are real comfortable coming into a treatment room or, but certainly talk therapy, not in a licensed professional capacity.
Right.
You know, when I'm working with patients, they tell me a lot of stuff. You know, I'm stressed out about this and this is going on in my life. And, you know, it all contributes that stress response, you know. And going back to, you know, proper function and movement and muscle tension. When you get stressed out, where do you feel it? Right? A lot of people feel it up in their shoulders.
Right.
I deal with women who put their stress in their pelvis. Yeah, like that scared dog, you tuck your tail and that's where you hold your stress. So, you know, that certainly has an impact on pain and function and it
and
comes out.
And you brought up something very important. I mean, you're there, they feel they can trust you, and they know you're going to listen.
Right.
Whereas if they tell anybody else, you know, the person that they're trying to talk to is going to say, okay, how much longer is this going to take?
Right.
So I'm guessing if the two of you, with your experience, do you see a connection between stress and the physical circumstances that you have to work with?
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah, and I think just the act of putting your hands, you know, massaging someone, touching someone, you know, just holding their hand through a process is really important. You know, they know that you're there for them. And when it comes to the physical nature of what we do as chiropractors and physical therapists, we're actually massaging, we're actually moving bones, we're actually exercising, you know, holding their hand essentially through the process, and that gives some comfort to them also.
Is there an electricity thing? Is that a stupid question?
No.
I don't know.
Do you have to touch skin to skin, or like could you do it through a shirt or?
I mean, I think that touch is just you have broken down that barrier, and you have allowed someone into your personal space,
right.
There's a connection, whether it's electricity or any other thing. There's a connection there.
Yeah. Well, everything that move, there's a piezoelectric. I mean, when you move something, it creates electricity. So even just moving somebody's skin, they're creating an electrical current in there. There's so much we don't understand yet, I think.
But you do, from experience, you know that it works, and from learning. I mean, just from going to school.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Breaking up those adhesions, the muscle adhesions,
and sometimes you help to prevent a surgery procedure by doing what you both do.
Right. Absolutely. We actually use electricity in our treatment. We have, you know, an electrical stimulation program, and we use ultrasonic currents to.
Oh, I had that.
Did you have an ultrasound?
Well, when I had that accident, I had my legs. I braced myself.
Right.
And then the whole lower part of my legs was like a big bruise. And the doctor put these little things on there and turned it on, and he said, "Is that enough?" I said, "That's enough." What is it? What did that actually do?
Well, it stimulates circulation, so it increases the circulation. It also has some pain modulation response because your body sends endorphins to that area, and so it's a therapeutic.
I wonder who figured that out. I wonder who figured out that would be a way to figure, you know, to help somebody.
Right. Here, stick this battery on your leg.
Maybe it was accidental, right? So the Women's Wellness Connection is what you're calling the event on March 20th.
Our first annual.
At Six Gun Plaza. That's optimism. See, when you call something the first annual, that means you know it's going to happen again. And you're right. Those are the sweetest ladies over there. Yeah. I haven't seen them in a couple of years. Well, my mom died 2 years ago. So, but I actually got. What did I get? Oh, one of those bathing suits.
Yes.
That you could go, because she had a breast removed, and so swimming was something she loved.
Right.
But it was because of that prosthetic that she didn't want to go swimming anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, and you know, so many people feel that, you know, I can't do this and I can't do that because this is going on, and
right.
You know, hopefully we can answer some questions and get people some answers, some solutions.
So that's absolutely
wonderful. Are both of you going to be there?
Yes, we are.
You both going to be there? Okay. Anybody else that we know? We said Dr. Erica is going to be there. Anybody else?
Advanced Imaging there is going to be there.
Right.
They've supported the Tata's events in the past. I think they've done.
Did you see the face of discomfort just there? They supported the Tata?
Yeah, he's a man.
That was good. I know, I'm the same way. Are you kidding? Were you here the day we were talking about, the real intimate female parts? Holy mackerel.
Yeah.
That was a tough day for me. Holy mackerel. Okay.
Sweating all afternoon.
You're fun. I always enjoy you guys. You guys always make my day. And thank you for being the last ones today.
Yes.
Good guests. It's good to end the show with good guests.
Thank you. We love coming here.
Dr. Kristy and Dr. Andrew, thank you both. I hope you don't mind me using your first names there. Kristy Paquette and Andrew Kluger. Thank you both. Do you want to give a phone number for Strive?
Sure. If you want to give us a call, you can reach our Mary Care Clinic at 352-351-8883. And we also have a clinic in Bellevue, and that phone number is 307-1200. And then finally, West Marion Clinic is 873-3058.
All right. And mark it on your calendar, March 20th from 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. at the Six Gun Plaza at the All About You Women's Boutique. If you don't know where it is, when you get to Six Gun, just go straight ahead. It'll be right at the very back, which I think is where the gunslingers used to fall to the ground, I think. Again, Dr. Andrew Kluger and Dr. Kristy Paquette, good to see both of you again. Thank you for coming in.
Thanks, Robin.
We will take a little break. We're going to have fun with Joe in just a little bit. We've got a science quiz that Joe and Robin are going to take.
Yay!
We'll be right back to do that and some prizes to give away. This is The Source, WOCA Ocala.
You're running your business, and we at Wix.com know things can get stressful, but creating your website doesn't have to be. With Wix, you can create a professional website all by yourself. It's easy and free. You don't have to be a programmer. Just drag and drop everything into place. It's your website, your style. Show the world what you can do. Go to Wix.com and create your own stunning website today. It's easy and free.
What's the secret to great business trips? Choice Hotels, where you'll find everything a business traveler needs, like a generous rewards program. And right now, choose Choice twice for 2 separate trips and get a night at no price. Stay for business at Choice Hotels and book now at choicehotels.com. Great endings begin here. Free night based on an 8,000-point Choice Privileges Reward night at over 1,500 hotels. Valid 2/19/15 through 4/22/15. Requires registration and 2 separate qualifying stays. Other terms and conditions apply.